What if the right succession plan means a 390% increase in the size of your estate, total control over asset distribution, and instant liquidity for your loved ones when they need it the most? That's exactly what we did in one client's case. Ahmed is a 47-year-old executive working with a Fortune 500 company. He had shared with me that he had property investment and some savings here in the UAE and in Europe. He's a French and Tunisian national and has 2 daughters and is Muslim, which means that the part of his estate that is in the UAE falls under the Sharia law. This means that it is the Sharia code that decides how Ahmed's assets are distributed among his heirs, his 2 daughters and his wife. Ahmed has one property in the UAE that is currently mortgaged, while the rest is paid up. He also has some completely paid up real estate in Europe. Ahmed's annual net income works out to be about $405,000. This comes from his salary or his employment income, as well as the rental yield from his property portfolio. Now, here are the big challenges that Ahmed and his family were facing. Firstly, 77% of his portfolio is real estate, which is an illiquid asset class. This means that upon Ahmed's death, should Ahmed's wife and daughters need instant liquidity, they're going to face a challenge. All this property that they've inherited will now need to be sold in order for them to receive and access the liquid value of their inheritance. The second challenge, and this is a big one, over 65% of Ahmed's estate is under the Sharia law. This means that Ahmed would have no control over how 65% of his assets get distributed among his wife and his children. So when Ahmed spoke to me and presented his current estate to me, I saw these problems glaring at us. We worked out a 3-part solution for Ahmed. The first step, we recommended getting life insurance in place, universal or whole life insurance worth about $5 million US, and critical illness cover of $1,250,000 US. The life insurance policy ensures that upon Ahmed's death, his wife and kids would have instant access to the death benefit of $5 million US in cash. This amount can also be distributed as he sees fit. It doesn't fall under the purview of the Sharia law. Step 2. Next, we recommended that Ahmed gets an equity release loan against his net real estate portfolio. His net real estate portfolio comes to about $1,439,000 US in value, and we recommended $1 million worth of an equity release loan against this total. An equity release loan, as the name suggests, releases equity or cash value that is locked in paid up assets like real estate. Business owners can also take equity release loans to release equity from their businesses. In the descriptor for this video, I've included a link to another case study of a business owner who acquired debt to increase his net worth using this strategy. And finally, step 3. We invest the released equity in an offshore investment portfolio which is outside of the control of Sharia law. Assuming a 5% per annum rate of return, this $1 million US would generate $50,000 US in returns for Ahmed per annum. That amount, combined with Ahmed's other sources of income, can help with the loan repayments. Once the loan has been repaid, Ahmed's portfolio continues to grow, further increasing the value of his real estate. And just to cover all bases, we'll also get a low-cost, decreasing term insurance policy in place to cover the loan if Ahmed dies before it is paid back. Now, let's talk about key outcomes. First, that 77% slice of Ahmed's real estate pie that was in the form of hard-to-liquidate real estate before, that has now changed. Post-solution, 80% of his estate is in the form of easy-to-liquidate life insurance. And to address the second big challenge, his previous estate structure meant that a whopping 65% of assets were under the Sharia law. That is now down to a mere 2% because we moved liquidity out of the Sharia-covered assets into the offshore investment portfolio. As for his overall estate, this is perhaps the most mind-blowing shift. His overall estate has grown by 390%. This means that after this solution is implemented, Ahmed would be leaving behind an estate to the tune of $9 million as opposed to $1,875,000 that was originally positioned to be left behind for his family. Ahmed's challenges are common to a lot of entrepreneurs and C-suite executives in the UAE, and this is just one way of tackling those challenges. If you are interested in exploring how life insurance can feature as a tool in your succession plan, drop me a direct message, email or a text, and we can set up a chat. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please share it with other entrepreneurs and C-suite executives who might need it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for real-life case studies and financial advice for high and ultra-high net worth entrepreneurs and C-suite executives.